The Charlotte Hornets are dangerous, and I understand I've made a video like this over the last 5 years, and we may not have won more than 30 games for 4 of those 5 seasons, but hey, this time I mean it, because with guys like LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and the addition of Collin Sexton, this team might score 140 points a night. The problem is we might give up 145, but it's still going to be one of the most fun teams to watch in the league. And my favorite part about the Hornets is their pace. This is a team that could legitimately lead the league in scoring this year. And look at how quick they get the ball up. They've already got it entered. There's still 4 guys beneath the logo. LaMelo's brought it up and passed it off to Con before anybody else even gets down there. Here they are running in transition off the turnover, getting it to Miles Bridges. And speaking of Miles, the dude had a night last night. He's coming off a year where he averaged 20.3 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, 4 assists in just 32 minutes. Yes, he only shot 43% from the field and 31% from 3 on 7 attempts, but people are not giving him the respect he deserves, and he is out to prove it, right? Showing him a little back to the basket game right here, and then you're not going to respect me on the 3 ball. Get it out the net. It barely touches the net, and then same thing right here. You're not going to respect me. I'm going to knock it down again. That was one of the 5 he hit last night en route to 29 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal in 30 minutes on 11 of 16 shooting from the field and 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. The dude was an absolute minute. I mean, catching shooting off of LaMelo pick and rolls. If he's knocking down threes like this, Melo even getting a little fancy with it, then we're going to be at an even bigger level next season. And this is something I really like here that Charles Lee has drawn up and gotten the guys doing is a little bit of a dribble handoff to start the play. So LaMelo is going to go dribble handoff with Miles. He's going to take Jaren Jackson with him a little bit. Con's in the corner, so the help can't come from there, and it just makes it so much easier to get downhill when you got a head start. Little triple in and out move into the jump hook, and that it worked out. And then, of course, out in transition. He's just 27 years old. He's not slowing down anytime soon when it comes to his athleticism. Get up there and hang on the rim. Airbnb is back for another year. Now, as for Brandon Miller, he had a solid night. Nothing crazy, but a solid night. Tough finish right there over Jaren Jackson Jr., and I'd like to see more of this. Little pick and roll action with Con, attacking Cam Spencer in this scenario, but attacking the screener's man, and then you got the layup, or you got Con for the 3 ball, getting out in transition here. This is a young athletic Hornets team. This is exciting to watch. Finished with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals in 30 minutes. Did that on 7 of 16 shooting from the field and was 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. Miles in transition, skipping a pass right to Brandon Miller, and then he's going to rip through, attack baseline, little baseline spin, and knock down the jumper. He looked good. LaMelo looked good as well, or I guess we could say all right. He didn't look fantastic, but he's hitting crazy shots, falling away into his bench, behind the back to Miles for the 3 ball. I'll give him that. His passing is ridiculous. 23 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds, but he did have 5 turnovers in just 27 minutes. Shot 7 of 16 from the field and 4 of 12 from beyond the arc, but was 3 of 4 from 2-point range. So I think he needs to get downhill more because he's really good going to the basket. He's got a really nice float game, and instead of chucking up 12 threes a game, and this legitimately might be the greatest play in Charlotte Hornets history. As sad as it is to say, that might have been the craziest play I've ever witnessed live, other than like Jeremy Lamb's half quarter against the Raptors. And then Collin Sexton, he adds another dimension to this team, a guy that can drive and kick, just another slasher, but he also shoots 42% from beyond the arc. So that is nice to see at the end of the quarter here, flipping it into Musa for the layup to end the first quarter. He finished with 13 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists in 18 minutes. And coming off the bench, it's a great boost to have. I mean, just getting into his bag against Jalen Wells, a fantastic defender. And then between Sexton and Trey Mann, they've got one of the best 1-2 punches off the bench, maybe in the league. Once again, Collin Sexton, just a walking paint touch, finds McNeely on that one. And last year for the Jazz, he averaged 18.4 points a game to go with 4.2 assists in just 28 minutes while shooting 48% from the field and 41% from 3 on 4.6 attempts. But nobody cares because he was in Utah, I guess. Now he's come to Charlotte, which isn't much better, but at 6'2" with a 6'7" wingspan, he can play a little bigger than he actually is. And like I said, he is so quick. He is like a walking paint touch. As soon as he gets the ball, he's going to be in the paint. He, LaMelo, even Brandon Miller. We've got great facilitators and slashers on this team. You see the per 36 numbers from last year, which excite me even more. While, yes, he's going to be coming off the bench because he's only 6'2", and the fit with Con is just better, he's going to be a monster off the bench. Now, speaking of Con, I really wanted either Trey Johnson or Ace Bailey. I'll admit it. But what Con brings to the table is something that neither of those guys can bring. Just his ability to seamlessly fit into this lineup, and he also brings that winning mindset. I guess Kalkbrenner is going to be starting over Musa, but either way, whoever starts at the 5, the first 4 are pretty much solidified in my opinion. 6'6", with a 6'6" wingspan. They tried to say he's only 6'4", at least that's what the NBA's got him listed as, but he is every bit as tall as LaMelo Ball, who is 6'6", if not 6'7". Averaged 14 a game at Duke with 4 rebounds, 2.7 assists, shot 48% from the field, 40% from 3. If you couldn't tell, the dude's a sniper. And on top of that, he's just a winner, right? He won the ACC championship last year, regular season, made it to the Final Four. In the Summer League, he won that too, averaging those stats. And just being a connector here, a guy that you can't leave open in the corner. It's going to open up more space for guys like Brandon, Melo, and Miles. But he's also a threat, as is Liam McNeely, who I'm very excited to watch in Charlotte as well. Averaged 14.5 points and 6 rebounds with 2.3 assists last year at UConn. And like Aaron Collins pointed out last night, he was a top 10 recruit this time a couple of years ago coming out of high school. He only shot 38% from the field and 32% from 3 last year, which is a big reason he did fall in the draft. But now he's got guys. He was playing out of position last year. Now he's got guys like Brandon, like Melo, like Sexton that can get into the paint and kick it out to the 6'8" marksman with a 6'8" wingspan. They can also drive a little bit and take you off the bounce, like right here, finishing with that left hand over former Summer League teammate PJ Hall, and then once again using that jumper to his advantage, being able to take somebody off the bounce. As for Kalkbrenner, he looks like he's going to be our starting center, listed at about 7'1", 7'2", with about a 7'6" wingspan. He looks every single bit of it. He's had a monopoly on the Big East Player of the Year, or Defensive Player of the Year award for like the last 4 years, which is ridiculous. Last year he averaged about 19 and 9 with 2.7 blocks in 34 minutes. Shot 65% from the field as well, 34% from 3 on 2 attempts. The dude's a monster, right? He's got the back to the basket game in college at least. He'll need to develop that at the league level, but he's looked good so far in the Summer League and in the preseason. Looked better in the preseason. As for Zion James, I think he's going to have a decent role. You see the stats from last year at Duke. The most important part is he was playing point guard and putting up efficient numbers from the field and from beyond the arc. He's just a big dude, right? At 6'6", with a 6'7" wingspan, he's got the NBA body. He's also built like a linebacker, and with the Hornets waiving Spencer Dinwiddie, you'd have to guess it'd be Zion James time, especially with the level of defense that he can provide on guards off the bench. And then as for Jeff Peterson, I loved what he did bringing back Trey Mann. It was a wonderful deal, 3-year, $24 million, and having him back on that contract, he's going to outplay that by like this year, by like the 10-game mark of this season. $8 million is a steal in the modern NBA. He averaged 14, 3, and 3 in 24 minutes as a 23-year-old, shooting 44% from the field and 40% from 3 on 4.6 attempts. And keep in mind, he only played in 13 games last year, so we're getting him at a discount. He already got hurt, though, which is very unfortunate. He should be back sooner rather than later. I think it's just more of a precautionary deal, holding him out of the rest of the preseason. And then maybe, just maybe, Tijon Salon can get something going. Averaged 6 and 5 last year as a rookie in 21 minutes. He immediately came in last night, got a lane violation. So we'll see. He did hit a 3 though. Hopefully he can give us something. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. With that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.